Welcome back, folks. Welcome back to Mordheim, City of the Damned. I'm Black Templar. Let's get on with this. Right, guys, we're gonna rumble in the ruins, and like I said before, this time around, the big guy's gonna take a break, and we're gonna have the entire gang out. It's been a while since I've had the whole gang out, so we're gonna have them run out. Oh yeah, I was meant to bring in Frederick now because, well, for the meantime, you can take a break, buddy, and Frederick can have a little run out. Oh yeah, it's been one hell of a roller coaster. Last video, I thought I
Your
was a
scouts
goner.
have discovered a rival warband in the vicinity. These
Noble's
warriors are
Quarter.
clustered around their wagon, making them a very attractive
I wonder what gang I'm fighting this time. Well, Skaven last time were very vicious little buggers. Especially the Red Ogre. And Zin's Wrath. Oh, I was actually breaking nothing, I've lost my wizard. I've worked hard on him. I know it's one of those rolls that dies with Zinj. It's like sometimes he'll do nothing or he'll really go full on cray cray on you. And he went cray cray that time. He went full on foobar on my ass. But, well, thankfully it didn't go as bad as I feared. But thing is though, now I have to survive long enough until the end of the cycle, which I'm pretty much expecting probably the end coming up, like the end story is about to show up soon. But anyway, let's get on with the next mission. Okay. Alright, oh, it's a book. It's, I believe that's the sisters. Great. The bitches are back. But thankfully, they don't have their big gal in this time, because, well, there's no big guy no big unit this time. There we go. So the whole gang will go towards here first. Yes. The clock is ticking. I mean, I have said in the previous video, guys, if you want me to choose a different gang after when these guys are done, because we're almost done with the undead, I feel. Please comment in the comment section if you want me to do another gang run, or if Necomunda comes up, I'll probably be starting Necomunda after this. It all really depends when, if Necomunda the game shows its face, which I'm beginning to be concerned about it. I mean, okay, this might be a late recording of this, but very late, depending on when it decides to show up. But if it doesn't show up, I'll be a bit worried. Right, the vampire. Why am I dodging? I mean, you could make you could make it dodging vampires and thralls, but to be honest, oh, that's area around him. Well, no, thankfully, I don't have to deal with that. Right, the wizard's there, ready to go. And now the archer, who has been out of many battles as of late, so it's good to see him back. Now, who's next? Oh yeah, it's the sisters, they gotta go through it. But, yeah. Let's open Necomunda for a second, the game. I may have talked about it, I might have skirted around it, but to be honest, I'd rather talk about the game. As many of you may know, the tabletop versions had many new gangs and new iterations being made right now, thanks to Forge World and all that. And it makes me wonder about the new NECOMUNDA game if it ever comes out. But like I said, this could be like a late recording of this. Like, if it is, just ignore what I'm going to say. But if it hasn't come out, well, this is my view on it. The first thing about it is I want to see all the gangs in. I don't want to see like, you know, DLC crap. I don't mind if it's for like the newer guilds, like the Corpse Guild and all that, or like the Chains Guild, like the Chain Blades lot. I don't mind if it's them, but for the main core gangs like your Orlocks, Delax, Escher, Goliath, Cawdor, and Vansar, they should be, an automatic in the game regardless, because they are the main gangs. Heck, even the Albites, I don't mind them being in automatically, because there could be, you could put them as a core set. But the new gangs that are coming out for the game, that have come out or coming out, they should be DLC. I think, okay, fair play, that's their choices. And I do hope for the same like rogue factor element that they have for this game. But I would like to see, the maps change a bit more. Like, have more of a different variety, like a toxic waste area or like a slum area, or because you remember this is for in a Hive City, and for those who don't know what a Hive City is in the world of 40k, to put it simply, it's a massive, tall spire. Think of it this way. Think of Mount Everest, right? Now, times that by 12, and each floor is inhabited by a city block. Each floor. Which has all... And, give me, that was the height part I've just talked about. The actual width of a Hive City? Imagine the size of Texas. I'm not joking. The size of Texas was one that's classed as a level. And as you go up and up the spire, yes, it does shrink little by little. But that's the basic premises. And keep in mind, each floor is fought over by houses, nobility, and gangs. To put it simply, right, the nobility tends to use the gangs as their proxies in the battle for control or, their own intrigues. Say, for example, let's say there is a Promethean refinery in one of the levels, right? And it's owned by a certain faction. Let's say, for example, the noble house of House Taurus owns this refinery, and the house of Vandazar wants it. Because they know if they can hold the Promethean refinery, or buy it off them, they could make a lot of credit and hold a lot of sway in, the upper echelon of politics. But they can't get themselves involved because they know that if they make the moves, it could be a problematic scenario. Same with the like the other house, House Taurus, cannot physically get themselves involved because if they show up, it could put their lives in danger. And they can't call for the Albites to look after it because the Albites are police force. They're specialized police force. So they can't be called upon to protect it. So, how do you go around this problem? You hire the gangs. The gangs are just a bunch of mercenaries who are just there just to protect the job, and once they get paid, some gangs find a lot of wealth. Now, keep in mind, most of the gangs are not one unified force. No. Let's say the Goliath gang. It's just like, okay, that's one lot of Goliaths, but another Goliath faction could do another job. Excuse me, as I have a drink there. That's how it works in NECOMUNDA. It's like each gang has their own. They have like gangs, but one lot of gang members could be doing one thing, another gang lot could be doing another. So, yeah. That's how it tends to work in Necromunda. Now, I know what you're thinking, but Templar, why would the noble houses use gangs? Can they not do it? They can do it on their own, the noble houses, yes. But the problem with the noble houses is, if they do something so overt, it would have the other noble houses turn on them, and it could have the higher patriarchy come down like a ton of bricks. Because you gotta remember, guys, each spire is ruled by a ruling class, which is the overlord of Necomunda, or any Hive City, which is usually a governor general or someone with highest rank of nobility. Because this is how it goes, right? And I'm not kidding you. This is how the whole thing works in Necromunda society, or even Hive society. You've got the workers. You've got the workers. They are your peasants. You're pretty much your drones who are just there to die. And if you think the world of 40k is good, you have no idea. If you're a peasant and you're working in the factories, you're there till you work till you're deaf. So then you've got the next level up, which is the soldiers. Yeah, the soldiers are low on the totem pole. Then you have the priesthood. Now the priesthood is a separate entity, but they have a bit more power and sway because they are, preaching the imperial cult. And then you have the tech priests because they are needed to, they're same again like the priests. They're their own separate faction, and they don't follow the same rules as the hierarchy, but they are needed to maintain machinery. Basically, the Emperor's god machines and certain systems that were lost during the Dark Age of technology. And then above them, you have the Albites. Yes, the police force is high on the list because they are essentially, well, nobility's lapdogs. I mean, fair enough, they are there to keep law and order, but mainly they're pretty much like the nobility's lapdogs. So they're a little bit high up the totem pole. Then after that, you have your commissars and all them, and lord commanders. You have them kind of guys. They're higher up on the chain. I did say the army very low, but that's normal guardsmen. They're just there. They're just fodder. They're no better than the peasants, apparently, according to the rules. They're just there to die. I mean, a guardsman's life is measured in seconds, as they say. And then above the commanders and the commissars and all them is your nobility. Basically, first off, we start off with the lords. They're the next level, and then after that, you have the counts and the barons and the countesses. They're higher up. And then finally, you have the ruling class, which is usually the governor general, the a member of the royal household. It depends who it is. But that's, and above them, you've got like the Cementum Command or the Ecclesiarchy Cathedral. You got them lot, and then you've got the High Lords of Terror. And then after that, you got Rebuti Gilliman. At the moment, at least, because Rebuti Gilliman is currently holding the Emperor's Sword, and he is running the Imperium in this moment in time. So, I think you can get the gist of how I want to see Necomunda. And now you know how Necomunda is with the gangs. Like, the gangs are mainly just normal, like, low-level thugs. They're mainly, the low levels of the peasantry. But here's the funny thing about the Necomunda gangs. During the War of Armageddon, in many of the sieges, the Imperial Guard hired the gangs to fight the orcs in the Underhive because they knew how to fight in the hive. They were well skilled. I mean, put it this way, an Underhive ganger is more combat effective than your average peasant. Heck, even your trained military personnel, your trained guardsmen. I miss someone out in the hierarchy is the Tempestus. They're the special forces of the Imperial Guard, but they're part of their own separate command. But you get what I'm saying? That's how the gangs are. I mean, you even got the Underhive, which is like catacombs and sewers. if you want a more what a hive looks like in one day, I suggest. Oh, hello. I suggest reading 2000 AD's Judge Dredd. Watch Judge. Read up about Judge Dredd. I would say that's the closest you're going to get to being what a Hive City would look like. Now, to be fair, like the Judge Dredd of 2011, when it had the hub, when it was in the hub blocks, that is what I would call the closest thing you're going to get to a, you know, I use the dodge as a hub block. What a a Hive block would look like. That's the closest you're going to get. In fact, this whole Judge Dredd world is a perfect example of what NECOMUNDA would be like. Please, I do recommend anyone who is over the age of 18, please watch Judge Dredd 2011. That is what NECOMUNDA would be like. Not to the nth degree. It wouldn't. It's only. I mean, Judge Dredd is like the soft version. NECOMUNDA is like the nth degree. And if you, so trust me, guys, it's worth looking through that way. Then you can have a look at what NECOMUNDA's like, would be like, and trust me, it's not fun if you're one of the peasants. I mean, if you're an Albighty, you've got some perks as an Albighty. Nice, nice. We've kind of whittled him down a bit. I mean, seriously, I mean, everything that's bad, guys. In the noble society, it's not as like hard demand labor as you would as a peasant, but in the nobility in the 40k universe, it's really, you've got to play by rules. Because if you don't, because if you're in the Imperium, right, you have a thing called Imperial Tithes, which is basically you must pay a certain tribute to the Imperium. Whether it be manpower, food, or resources, they've got to pay it. And if they don't pay it, well, they're in big trouble. Because the Imperium will not take it kindly, they'll call you traitor, and then they will come and try and kill you. Or send an assassin or two. If you don't believe me, check out some of the assassin stories of certain lords that have, shall we say, got a little big for their britches. Oh, found them. So yeah, that's what happens when you get a little too big for your britches. The Imperium will come with you with assassins, or heck, even Astartes if they feel like, right, you really gone off the deep end. We're gonna have to deal with you. Ah, crit but no stun. Never mind, but you're doing some damage. My, you have done some good damage. Good man. Now fall back a bit. So was Witch Hunters, not the sisters. Got that wrong. So yeah, that's how the. So that's what they got to do. But you think and also they have arranged marriages. Now many of the viscounts, barons, they all try to jostle position in the social pecking order. For example, right? Let's say a lower noble house, right? Has say, like, let's say the woman, they have a beautiful daughter, right? Who's regarded by many of the nobles as one of the best looking women in the hive. And let's say a higher, like, baron or like a high member of the social ladder wants one of their children to marry the daughter. You'd be surprised at this, but the daughter has little to no say on this matter. And the way they go about it is quite unbelievable. There's a story in NECOMUNDA called Mad Udonna, or Madonna. You can find her out in many of the Mordheim like lore stories. But the reason she got her name was, you see, she was the daughter of a viscount, and she was going to betrothed to a young lord and all that. And to her family, if she married off to this lord, it would give them like even more wealth and power and status, because that's how it works in NECOMUNDA. Because yes, they go by the old traditions of, arranged marriages and all that. But she had no say, and she was put into the main spire. Now, what is the main spire, you may ask? Well, it's usually where unwed women who are betrothed would be sent there to stay there until it was time for their marriage, so they wouldn't get away or try and do something funny. And the funny thing is, in that society, in that period in Necromunda, they don't have a say on who they want to marry. I mean, some of the women or male want to marry someone else, but if a higher lord wants their kid to marry this person, they don't have a choice. They either have to accept it or be exiled from their family and pretty much be thrown to the peasantry, and well, you're on your own, kind of thing. Nice, stun. That's how that works. It's a very brutal, you know, thing with it. But anyway, I'll get back to Udon now. You see, during the course when she was meeting her betrothed, everything was going well until suddenly she grabbed a fork and gouged out the eyes of her betrothed and then made a run for it. And she decided, to go to the Underhive and join Escher gang. Of course, though, she is still wanted by the lords in order for pretty much stabbing, a future viscount or that in the eyes, which was pretty much brutal. And then the reason she got a man named Mad Udonna was because she poked out her own eye. She ripped out her own eye because someone the bomber said she was pretty.
A new round has started.
My apologies on that little silence there, guys. My next door neighbor is literally like, banging and crashing next door. I'm sorry if you've heard that, but I had to turn off the mic because it was like getting a bit out of hand and all that. But got him out of there. So I do apologize if you were, like if you were wanted to finish hearing the tale I was talking about Madonna. But yeah, back to the tale. She actually literally ripped out her own eye because the bomber said she was pretty and she didn't like that. So that's why she got named Mad, because if you gotta remember, in Mordheim, in Necomunda, it's a mad world, and the 40k world is pretty much barking mad at times. And the thing about Necomunda is as well, they've got special mutant gangs like the Ratskins and the mutants. So they have their own fair share of weird gangs. Ooh, I don't want to go near. Well, the vampire should finish him off. But yeah, I mean, that was the whole thing about the whole... Oh, hello. About the, the whole mad thing and all that. That's the thing about Necomunda. And I hope that's the thing they do in the actual game, have like the madness, some of the political intrigues, but also have the bounty hunters, because there's also bounty hunters in this world, in the Necomunda world, a lot of bounty hunters. We've got an Ungor, which is basically, the Beastman. That's what Ungor is in the 40k world. A Beastman bounty hunter, a squat bounty hunter. Yes, there's a squat bounty hunter. The old Dwarven squats in 40k. They're in the they're in the game as bounty hunters. Because that would be a good thing that you could actually have, you know, oh, we can have like bounty hunters as extra hand. Because you see, the thing about bounty hunters is in the actual tabletop game, you can only hire them for like you can hire them, but you have to pay for their cost every you know every battle, and their cost was extortionary. I mean, if you wanted a bounty hunter, right? Let's say for the cheapest bounty hunter you can get, it would cost you nearly 80 credits per battle. And it's not as expensive as you know the normal gangers, the juves, and all that. They're cheap as hell, but an actual bounty hunter would cost you like the 80 credits a shot just to hire them for one battle, and that's assuming they don't die in the process. All right, that's another one down. Man, he's really sticking it out. He must have a lot of high armor. Okay. One punch or a spell was probably going to finish him off. Goodbye. And you're out of here. Well, I might as well let him just cast spells and just try and kill him. Oh man, he's taking a pounding. I gotta admit, these mages have been pretty good for me. Oh yeah, he's dumbfounded at the moment. Nice, 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 nice. Because that's what I want to see in NECOMUNDA, you know, like... Also, I want to see a good story progression system. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, Mordheim has a good story setting, but I want to see a conclusive story arc where, you know, like for example, you're trying to buy a city for control of a certain Habs section, and you're trying to buy control. That's what they should be doing with the story arc. But whether or not they do that, we'll have to wait and see. But I do hope, you know, when it does come out, that we get like the main 6 gangs off the bat, and all the others come in later on as, you know, DLC. But I'm hoping the main gangs, like I said, the Escher, Goliath, Orlok, Cawdor, the Redemptors, Vansar, that's 7, sorry. The 7 main gangs. Did I say Dalak? Let me check a second. Goliath, Escher, Orlok, Cawdor, Vansar, Redemptors. That's 8 gang. That's 7 gangs, right? 7 gangs they need to just release right off the bat. And then the others, like the Chainblades, the Albites, those new Chaos-looking buggers, the ones that look like Corn Berserkers, I can't remember their names off the top of my head. You know, they should be, in my view, they should be like the DLC. The Corpse Guild as well, and the new guilds, they all should be DLC in. But the main starting lot should be the main 7 gangs. That should be it. I mean, that shouldn't be a hard thing to do. Whether or not they do it, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I mean, I've heard rumors that they're going to make the Orlem DLC, which I wouldn't like that. I think that's wrong. They should be... The 7 gangs should be like the main starting group, so everybody has a better choice. As I tell you now, there's a lot of people who don't like Goliaths, who don't like Escher, but they like Cawdor, or they like Vansar, or Dalak. Or, in my case, I like the Orloks, because that's my favorite gang. And that's the gang I tend to use on tabletop, the Orloks. Oh, hello. You missed me. Want to try again? Ow. Feel my dodge, huh?
A new round has started.
Right, those two will take care of him. The rest will go after the priest and try and kill him off. But still, they've lost a lot of morale. He must have been the most highest morale. The one of the heroes. I've already killed two of them. I've killed two low lackeys, and two heroes. That's it. That's all I've killed. Okay. There we go. Keep striking. Good boy. Good boy. Not much we can do. As for you, you'll have to go around. You won't be able to fight, but you're in position. Alright, you. Are you coming into play? Where's he going? He went all the way around to avoid a fight with my vampire. You coward. You utter coward. And he's made utterly sure that I can't surround the priest. Oh well, you're gonna die for it. And how am I gonna sneeze? Sorry. Sorry. Oh, you're in big trouble, my boy. Big trouble. If the vampire didn't get you, the mages will. Zealous corruption. Here we go. Oh, there's another lunatic over there. Well hidden. Oh, he filled his terror. Oh, and he's in big trouble. Right, he is now set to being spelled out of this game. Right. Let's kill him off with spells. Ah, he survived it. Oh no, he resisted. He didn't survive. Ah, epic attack. He resisted again. What the hell is this bullshit? Stop resisting. Oh. Well, that was a... Oh, good. As soon as that Dunfound goes, the better. I'm casting, but he's resisting the little shit. Okay, let's try this. Oh my god, how much are you resisting? Okay then. Oh, surely you can't resist this. Surely not. Oh, finally your resistance failed. Okay, Archer. Finish the job. Thank you, Archer. At least you got your priorities straight. Alright, let's get rid of this guy now. And a priest is on the way, but hopefully by that point we can pretty much have them run away, fleeing in terror. Okay. Yep, they're running. Bye bye. Not bad, not bad. So my bowman was the one who done the most
All
damage.
mortal flesh must eventually wither and rot. Only those who have transcended such pathetic limitations are fit to rule. One day, the Empire will be ours.
You know, they always keep saying that, but they never ever do. Seriously, they can never recapture the Empire because the Empire usually uses a lot of holy stuff. And, of course, plot armor. Plot armor always. Right.
The gods are with you.
Yay! Frederick's leveled up. Okay, so we knew the usual drill. Okay, and we go to Frederick. Buff up your toughness. Okay. Right, let's move along, move along.
3 days left. Use them well.
What was the
New
thing again?
hired swords are available.
Oh, I've got enough for that. I've got enough for that, so don't worry about that. So what's for the next mission? Scavenge, Vision of Dead. Well guys, we'll be doing a scavenge mission next. And if you like the videos, please like, share, subscribe. And I'll see you on the next Mordheim, City of the Damned. I'll catch you later.